Yeah, so my purpose as a DJ is to really get people out of their heads and really into their into their bodies. I didn't come up with that. That's what I do. I heard that in that movie, We Are Your Friends, the Zac Efron movie. I love that movie. It's a little bit cheesy, but I love it.
I was at the premiere of that movie
back really?
in the day, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's the only time I saw it.
Yeah, I've watched it.
But I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I watch it every couple of years, and it's like, there's some aspects of as an artist that I really appreciate and enjoy. And just about that, like one of my favorite moments ever as an attendee, I went attending Movement 2018 in Detroit, and I'd been a DJ for a couple years, but nothing like I never thought I could be a DJ full time. I was walking around Movement with some friends, like, what are we gonna do? I was like heartbroken from this girl that I'd seen like a couple months back, and she was at the festival, and I was all sad. And then I just show up to see Laurent Garnier, like, let's go see this French guy. Like, okay, apparently he's a legend. And for me, it was like a light bulb switched in my head after that performance. It was one of the most empowering, magical sets of my life. Everybody's had one of those sets, like, wow, like, what was that? And for me, that kind of, it lit a fire under my ass to kind of, oh wow, he kind of helped me realize that I have magic too, in a way. I don't know if it's a bit woo-woo, but
no, embrace it. I like that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And so like me as a DJ, I want it every time I play, it's to make sure that to give someone that space in the dance floor to take. So like we're so busy, we have so many things going on. It's so important to like dance, to just like have that somatic release, or to just be so present that you are in flow, that you're just be able to. Because when you think you solve problems by just like thinking about them and doing them, and that's maybe one way to do it, but the real way to kind of like solve problems for me that I've noticed that other people kind of say as well is to be present, to. It's
like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
One of them at least.
And dancing is one way to do that.
Yeah.
Yoga, exercise. For the longest time, I thought DJ or like being on the dance floor, so I chased the party for a long time, was chasing that feeling, which is not healthy, but was something that I recognized that you could do that through hiking, you could do that through yoga, you could do that through a number of different means, and that's what I'm really after.
Yeah, I like the idea of like having like a mix of both very digestible music for anybody to enjoy, and then like bringing them in and showing them the possibilities of like an amazing DJ set. You know, because like a lot of people probably enjoy house music, but they've never been in that state of euphoria and just like being there in the moment and just like being so happy and not worrying about anything else, right? Yeah. And like music can make that happen for people. I know you talk about that a lot, like in your posts and like your thoughts on that blog post. But yeah, I mean, Movement's a great place. I've definitely had those moments there. It's one of my favorite festivals. What are some live events that you've been to that really had an impact on you?
Yeah, definitely Movement quite a few times. It's hard because I'm a little bit of consider myself just a little bit of a music snob, and sometimes once you get to a pinnacle of something that's so good, it's like, oh, it's never gonna get better, but it does get better, and you have to just maybe find those places where it does. You have a DJ who can just do that to you and like get you out of your body, out of your head and into your body. But I'm in Panama. There's this festival called Reactor Vanal, and it's near this beach called Playa Vanal, and that's my family had been we've been visiting this beach since I was a kid, and it's my favorite beach in the world. And then come 2003, a bunch of foreigners moved in, bought a bunch of land, and became like a music destination in Panama. And this festival, I discovered it maybe like, I don't know, just before COVID, and it really started picking up again over the last 2 years. And over the last few years, I've been living between Panama and Chicago, initially Panama, Colorado, and then Panama, Chicago. And I really started to fall into the community there in Playa Vanal. And in terms of when a good DJ plays there, it is magical. People are not on their phones. People are very much like present in the zone. And this German DJ, Mira, she's played there twice over the last 2 years, life-changing. And that's one place. Also, Berlin is a great place to see great music. And yeah, places where I definitely not in my head.
Did you see some shows in Germany
when
you lived out there?
Yeah.
What would be like something you would recommend for me never being there? It's like definitely a destination that it's pretty high on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Like, what were the best places to go to for someone that has no idea about the culture, really?
My favorite was this place. Oh, what's it called? It's on. It's this minimal club. It's like on. I have to think of it. If it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But this, obviously Berghain. If you can get in, Berghain
Yeah.
is phenomenal. It's
How do I do that?
you got to go with the German maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of wear things that are maybe a bit more like edgy. Don't look American, which is hard to do. Don't speak English. But then once you get in, the vibe is pristine. You may like brush up against somebody, and like people will be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And it's very affordable, and it's like the vibes are fantastic.
Okay.
Really good times.
Yeah. So that's like, what kind of music would that be at Berghain?
Really anything. There's
Okay.
there's a number of floors. You walk in, the first floor, it's like a lounge area at times. Sometimes there's a stage. You can also, on the main level, there's also like an outdoor area in the summer, which is just primo vibes. Like actually the whole building is. But then you go up the stairs, and that's like the techno dungeon. Not dungeon, but it's like the main techno area. It feels like Blade from that scene in Blade, with all the vampires. And then you go up one more flight, and that's the Panorama Bar, and that's another very sexy. I mean, it's all of it, all kinds of electronic music, classic house. People wouldn't know it for techno, I think, but it's definitely.
Right, yeah.
There's probably not one genre that. Just good electronic music, really.
But I feel like techno could really open up your mind to different possibilities of music. You know, like an appreciation of a good techno set will definitely like make you more creative, like in terms of the house music you enjoy, also.
Yeah. Enjoying different genres.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely important to not be tied down into one label or anything.
Yes.
And yeah, your stuff is more like deep house, a little bit of tech house and progressive, right?